Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about polynomial expressions and I'm going to be explaining the basic concept of them. So, first of all, we need to know what a term is. So, what is a term? So, here, let me write here term, right? A term is when you have a number times a variable and then that variable has a power, right? So, 2x is a term. 2x, so here, 2x is a term. 3y is a term. Let's say x times y is also a term because you're multiplying these two things. And what else? 4x to the power of 4 is also a term, right? So these are what terms are, right? And I'll be going more deeper into these terms later. But what is a polynomial then? Well, a polynomial is just when you add or subtract terms together. So polynomial. Polynomial when you add terms together. So like 2x plus 4y or plus 4y or something like 2x plus 5. Stuff like this, right? It's when you add terms together, right? Here's multiplying or dividing, you know? And here is when you add, right? So I need to let you know about the basic things. Okay, so 2x plus 5. Right, let's have this here. Right, and when I defined a term, I said it's a number and a variable, right? The number is also known as a coefficient, and this variable is just a variable, right? And then we have a power, right? So what is the number for 2x for this term right here, right? The number for this term is just 2, right? This is just 2. And then the variable is just x, and then the power is just 1, right? So this is 2x to the power of 1. Okay, so what about this one? This one doesn't have a variable. Well, when you kind of look at it, right? So 5 is equal to 5 is equal to here x 5x to the power of 0, right? Now you might be wondering, why is this? Why this is I'm confused, you know, like, but it's okay, don't worry, right? This is a very hard concept to grasp, right? So because remember, anything to the power of 0 is 1, and 5 times 1 is just 5. So this is mostly just hidden, right? You don't see this stuff, right? But just know this one is just to the power of 0, right? So what about x, right? X plus 5, right? So we know 5 is just 5 times x to the power of 0, right? That's cool. Okay. What about x? Well, we know x, right? X is a number and a power. Well, it's just 1x to the power of 1, right? But we usually don't include this because, you know, it can make our equations way messier and it doesn't really change this the value of x here. So we just have it, you know, x, right? So yeah, that's the basic stuff. So remember, a polynomial is just when you add terms together, add or subtract. So it could be 2x minus 34 or 3y to the 3y squared plus 9 minus 4, stuff like this, right? Or rather minus, I guess, 4x, you could say, right? And in polynomials, there's like subnames, I guess you could say, for these types of equations. So what about 2x? This is also known as a mononomial. Mono, which just stands for 1. So you have one term. Nomial. Or I need a smaller size brush here. Hold up. Just turn the size down real quick. Or right here. Here. Mono. Nomial. Right? And it's 2x. So let's just turn the size up. We have here 2. Hold up. That's too large. Okay, there we go. 2x. This is a mononomial, right? Mono stands for 1, right? And then there's a binomial. Binomial. Which is just like 2x plus y or 2x plus 5. Stuff like this. And then there's a trinomial. Trinomial. Right? Which is just, I don't know, let's say 3 or, yeah, 2x plus 5 or 2x plus 5y minus 2. This is a trinomial. And then anything that's 3 or above is just a polynomial. Poly stands for many, right? So polynomial. Now, be aware that binomial and trinomial are also included in polynomial right here. Because remember, there's just, poly means multiple, and these have multiple. This just has one. So this is kind of not included. You can also say this is a term because remember, this is what we define the term as, right? So these are all polynomials, but we usually just describe a polynomial with 3 and more. And then, we can describe these as that. All right, one more concept I have to tell you about is degrees. All right, okay, so let's just start off by the degree of this term. What is the degree of 2x to the power of 3? Right? We're not talking about like, degrees in geometry or degrees in temperature. We're just talking about degrees of this term. So what is the degree of this term right here? The degree of 2x to the power of 3 is just 3. So the degree is just 3. Because the exponent right here is just 3, right? So you can call this a third degree. And if it was like, let's say, here, 2x, this would be a first degree, right? So let me just get this first. All right, so this is a first degree right here. Right. So how about we have the term just 3? What is the degree of 3? The degree of 3 is, as you know here, hold up, I showed it somewhere. This one right here. We know that when it's just 5 or it's just a number, which also known as a constant term, the degree of it is just 0, right? So this is just a I guess 0th degree. As you can see right here. Or just like this. Okay, so this is a 0th degree, right? So now that we know the degree of, how to determine the degree of terms, how do we determine the degree of polynomials, which have 2 or more terms added together, right? So let me just hide all this stuff because we are kind of running out of space, and let me just go here. And okay, so what is the degree? So let me just get here. The degree of 2x to the power of 3 2x to the power of 3, and then, I don't know, minus or plus y to the power of 2. The degree of this is just we add the powers here together. So this is, so the degree of this polynomial is a fifth degree. Right? And then we have another term for it, which is a polynomial degree or something like that, which is you just only put the highest power, which the highest power in this equation is just 3. Remember, we do not include these right here, these coefficients. All right, so it would be a I guess third polynomial degree also. So don't get it confused, right? Nomial degree. So don't get confused with just the normal degree. A polynomial degree is mostly known as, we identify it by the highest power, right? So let's just determine the degree of some more polynomials so we can, make sure we understand it. X plus y minus 5. What is the degree of this? This is just a second degree. So let me just use the same color here. Second degree. Right here. Because we add, remember, this is to the power of 1. This is to the power of 1, and here is also to the power of 1. We add them together, and we get 2. But what is the polynomial degree? Well, it's just a first degree because the highest power is 1. All right. So for the final concept I want to teach you today is how do we organize polynomial equations? Because there's a specific way to organize these polynomial equations, right? So how do we do it? So let's say we have this polynomial equation, 3x to the power of 4 plus 4 or plus y, and then minus 3. How do we organize this? Well, we have to organize it by the highest power. So the highest power goes first, right? So we're already, I guess this is already sorted. So 3x to the power of 4. So 3x to the power of 4. And then plus y, because this is this exponent right here is just 1 plus y is equal to, or sorry, minus 3, because this one has a power of 0. Right? So this is how we sorted that one out. But let me just do one that's actually scrambled. So y to the power of 2 plus x to the power of, I don't know, let's say, so just plus 2x, let's say, and then minus 4. Right? How do we sort this? Well, the highest power goes first. So y goes here, right? And then x stays like this, and then 4 stays like this, right? So how about we have 2x plus 2y to the power of 4 minus 3. Well, this one we have to move the y to the beginning of this, so 2y to the power of 4, and then we move 2x here because its power is 1, and then minus 3, right? So we have to sort it like this, okay? We have to sort it like this, right? Highest to lowest, highest to lowest. Right, so we have to sort these equations like this, or the polynomials, from highest to lowest. So this is how we organize a polynomial. And that's all the concepts I want you to grasp today. Of course, it might not be easy at first, but I hope you did understand this, because this will be important in the later lessons of algebra. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. See you tomorrow.